Welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to learn about learner-centered teaching strategy. Learner-centered teaching strategy means the learner is active and the teacher is just a facilitator for her or him. Learner-centered teaching methods shift the focus of activity from the teacher to the learners. These methods include active learning, in which students solve problems, answer questions, formulate questions of their own, discuss, explain, debate, or brainstorm during classes. Active learning in learner-centered approach plays a vital role. The learner-centered approach revolves around the concept of active learning. This method places the responsibility of learning on the student rather than on the teacher. The strategy requires students to work collaboratively to master content and changes the role of teacher entirely in the learning-centered teaching. The teacher is no longer the primary source of instruction. He or she serves as a facilitator of learning rather than a deliverer of learning. Common strategies for promoting active learning are role-playing, project works, peer teaching, and debates. Group projects allow each student to contribute meaningfully and in a way that promotes the team. Let's come to cooperative learning. In a learner-centered instructional settings, cooperative learning is a critical component. Teachers using this approach are encouraged to promote peer teaching, peer review, and having students work together to solve problems. This promotes a positive classroom culture and allows students to demonstrate their learning by teaching it to others. Cooperative learning encourages learners to use their individual strengths to contribute to a team-centered projects. Now we will explain inductive teaching and learning in learner-centered approach. The learner-centered instructional approach also utilizes the instructional strategies known as inductive teaching or learning. The strategies reserves the order of instruction. In a traditional lesson, an overall rule or concept is introduced by the teacher, and the student work with additional examples of the concept for application. With inductive teaching, the students are first presented with examples of the content. They begin by looking over the examples and generalizing the content or solution, leading to understanding of the content. Some of the methods involved in inductive learning or teaching are inquiry-based learning, problem-based learning, discovery-based learning, case-based learning, project-based learning. These are the methods which are used in inductive learning. Let's elaborate the methods or techniques which are included in student-centered teaching strategies. The first one is choice boards. Choice boards allow students to select activities they will complete to practice a skill or demonstrate understanding. In this approach to learning, students are given ownership and empowerment opportunities while teachers differentiate their instructions. Choice boards can be utilized not just for assessment purposes but also to introduce new material for supplemental practices or a combination of multiple parts of the lesson or a unit. The second one is inquiry-based learning. In this learning strategy, student questions, ideas, and analysis are highlighted and fostered, focusing on the student perspective regarding a particular open question or problem. This strategy is particularly useful in initial student engagement, leading students to move beyond basic knowledge to a deeper understanding of critical thinking, evidence-based reasoning, and creative problem solving. Within inquiry-based learning, various components of a lesson can include case study, group projects, and research projects, among others. More in-depth connections to the material provide opportunities for students to own skills that are highly valuable in the world in which we now live. The third one is project-based learning and problem-based learning. Teachers have their own educational jargon, and oftentimes you will hear PBL used in teacher discussions. Two learning strategies being implemented more often are project-based learning and problem-based learning. In project-based learning, students work on longer tasks that culminate in the creation of an original presentation or product. This learning strategy depends heavily on students' collaboration, communication, and creativity, with the teacher serving as a facilitator, student work and progress. In problem-based learning includes shorter projects that examine a current problem and through definition, research, and causes of a problem. Students collaboratively evaluate solutions to the chosen problem, solve the problem, or report potential solutions and findings. Both of these learning strategies utilize relevant real-life connections to the outside world, providing students valuable experience with problem solving and critical thinking opportunities that will behave them after graduation. The last one is flipped classrooms. Teachers continuously seek ways to maximize instructional time within the classroom. A learning strategy that takes this into account is the use of a flipped classroom. In this learning format, new introductory content is delivered to students outside of the classroom, with teachers incorporating many of the strategies already discussed as a choice board or jigsawing to allow students choice in their learning. Learning material can include reading videos, pre-recorded presentations, or direct instructions or research assignments. This is the end of our lecture. Hope you will learn about student-centered learning and teaching strategies. It will be helpful in your teaching and makes the learning effective in your classroom.